welcome back to day 2 of our daily devotions entitled All Things Bright and Beautiful. Today we're going to be looking at the question of who do we want God to be? And it kind of springs out because there are so many passages in the Bible that people really don't like. Sometimes it's because the Bible challenges their behavior, but often it's because they don't like the picture that the Bible is painting of who God is and what he does. Some people have told me that they simply cannot believe in a God who would allow or do some of the things the Bible says he allows or does. And what they are essentially saying, whether they realize it or not, is that their God is not allowed to be mysterious or different to the way they want him to be. That might sound shocking, but it's not really. It's a tale as old as time. The first few chapters of the Bible tell the story of human resistance to who God says he is in relation to them. In the first 2 chapters of the Bible, we are told that God is the creator of everything around us, an all-powerful being who speaks and is obeyed by everything that he has made. And when there was nothing at all, he imagined everything and spoke it into existence. We are then told that after creating the world we inhabit, God made humankind in his image, and that was very good. Unfortunately, it wasn't good enough for Adam and Eve. And in chapter 3, we read a story that once a serpent had told the couple that eating the forbidden fruit would make them like God, with his ability to know the difference between good and evil. They wanted to make all their own decisions, never being told by God what they should or shouldn't do. This is quite tragic, considering they had only been given a simple prohibition and the whole world of freedom. Nevertheless, the mystery that surrounded the forbidden fruit made them question whether or not they really wanted to follow God. Mystery has a way of disturbing us, and it makes us suspicious of the character and intentions of anyone who hides things from us or whose actions we can't immediately understand. Clearly, this isn't new. Whatever you believe about the creation story, it's hard to argue with the insights that it has about the human condition, particularly our desire for complete control when it comes to making decisions. We don't like to be told what to do. We don't stomach being told what to believe. We don't want rules imposed upon us. We don't always acknowledge authority, and we prefer to make our own rules. In short, simply resembling God in some way isn't enough for us. We want to be completely sovereign decision makers like God. And in order to make decisions, we need all of the information to be available to us, because we find the idea of being all-knowing comforting in a world that is often intolerably mysterious to us. The trouble is that an all-knowing sovereign has no equals. And so if we want to be sovereign, then God must therefore be replaced with someone we can fully understand and over whom we can exert influence. The Genesis story must be reenacted in order for us to grasp hold of knowledge and become sovereign. The Creator God must be fully understood, and our desire for knowledge and sovereignty must be respected by him. Do you see what's happening here? We're reversing the order of authority, creating rules for God to follow if he wants to be in a relationship with us. We inadvertently become the creator of the God we want, the God who is made in an image we prefer, a God designed to serve us better because he has less mysterious than he was. Simply put, making a God in our own imagination, whether fashioning it with our hands or deciding in our minds the boundaries of his character and will, that's idolatry. Given the Garden of Eden fiasco, it's no surprise that the first 2 of the 10 Commandments are all about the sovereignty of God and the prohibition of making and worshipping idols. We pick up the story in Exodus chapter 20 in the Old Testament, and from verse 2 it reads like this: I am the Lord your God. You shall have no other gods besides me. You shall not make for yourself an image in the form of anything in heaven or above or on earth beneath or in the waters below. You shall not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, punishing the children for the sin of their parents to the 3rd and 4th generation of those who hate me, but showing love to 1,000 generations of those who love me and keep my commandments. The point is crystal clear. We were made by him in his image, and he will not tolerate it when we try to reverse that order. He is God, and we are not. His actions, choices, and judgments will sometimes seem mysterious to us because there is no one else like him, nothing in all creation we can compare him to. My question for you this morning is simply this. Ultimately, isn't that exactly what's best for us? God being sovereign and mysterious? We clearly aren't in control of this world, and we show no signs of being morally or intellectually able to reform our behaviors so that bad things stop happening to good people. So doesn't it make sense for God to be mysterious if he is in control and if he does have moral and intellectual abilities beyond our own? If you find the things God allows or the things he says about himself hard to understand, surely that's a sign that he really is God and not an idol that you've created to make things seem more comfortable and less mysterious than they are. So, when you read a passage in the Bible that leaves you questioning who God really is, maybe that's what it's meant to do. When events take place that cause you to question if you've got God all figured out, maybe that's okay. Maybe the mystery of God is actually our hope for a better future because he really is much bigger than we thought he was, and his thoughts and his ways are beyond our comprehension. I prefer to know the limits of my own understanding than to know the limits of his. He'd be pretty small and powerless if my tiny mind could figure him out. He'd be more like me and therefore less able to place faith in, to know what to do and to do the things that I could not. My encouragement to you this morning is let God be God. Embrace the mystery that comes with relating to him, because it's in the mystery that we are reminded of his greatness, and it's in his greatness that our hope is found, especially when things spiral out of control in a world that can be chaotic at times. God bless you.